Oh, right. Yep. And see what I said about debugging. Most times you tend to forget some things. So, about debugging proper helps you actually get this working, right? So, we can see this as decorator. So, let's try that first. So let's try that first. Okay, you can see that. So we can now go ahead to, you can see that it works now. We needed to use the, we needed to use the decorator. So I want to close this. So we have this allow any. So here we're going to allow any. Now I want to actually stop this now. So that we can have it run with a new and nearly set. Right, so wait for it to actually get ready. Right, so it's connected. So the downside of us having to do that more alteration with our Windows networking to interface with WSL is that the connection is quite slow. So when we should know that code has run is when we notice that there has been a receive here. And as soon as there's a receive here, it's going to send us a response without us having to wait for our email to send. So let's go ahead and try this out. It's going to take some seconds because of the way we're connecting. So let's observe this. As soon as we notice that this is received, as soon as it's received, it should be released. It shouldn't wait for it to be connected. But if you're running this directly from your WSL, you should expect that as soon as you send this, it sends back a response because there's a seamless connection between the both. So you can see this is still getting ready, Seth. So should be expecting it to connect within some seconds. But this is just getting ready. Try to cancel this and start it again. So okay, sorry. So there's a unique constraint here. I'm having to wait for it. Right, so it is received. Okay, this is most likely the previous one. So you can see where it's got an error. So you can see that it didn't wait for our stuff to run successfully. It sent it, which is what I expected us to see. And we've seen that it sent it actually. That's why you can see it even have an error. It has an error rather, which tells us that it didn't send. So let's look at the error. You can see default from email. We made a spelling omission, and so we go correct that on a task. So we meant default from email. So when we do that, we want to close this and start that. So with that, that's basically it. You can see, or you will notice that our API is handed off Now it's handed off before the response comes. So we've corrected that, and we can now successfully send. So we have to add something here so that it needs a unique username, right? So, well, we've not run this. So with that, we expect that our stuff happens on the background. So that's what you need to do, or the setup you need to actually get your Celery working. And once you have that running, let's see. So let's cancel. Try to run again. So once you have that run, you expect that your mail should send, and you should have your API released without having to wait for the response from the server. So that's the importance of having to work with Celery. It has the background functional without waiting for a response from the server. Now, let's see. Still waiting for this. So, expecting it to. Right, so with that, you expect it to process and send. You can see task received.